Now today I don't got my bonnet on, but I do got something you need to hear. So listen up. Today my son was like, "Mommy, you go outside." And I'm like, "Okay, let's go outside." I never want to go outside during the day sometimes because the bees and stuff be doing too much, right? So we outside. And I'm like, "Dang, it's hot." But as we sitting there, he had to go get his little car thing out of the pine straw because they primed our house with pine straw. And if you know, many areas, many homes, many places, they have pine straw lined around the bushes, the trees, or places where it's just dirt and there's not grass, right? And he was like, "Oh, yuck, oh, yuck." Like, it's everywhere. It's everywhere. He can't get it out. He don't like how I feel. He was just like not feeling it. And then it got me thinking, why do they use pine straw? I was like, God, what is the purpose of the pine straw? Like, everybody can't stand pine straw. But the thing that made me also think deeper was, why every time I see pine straw don't never really fade or like disappear. It look like it be there for a long time. No matter how many times they refill it, it always somewhat look the same. Even if the shades of color tend to change a little bit, pine straw always look the same. So that had me digging a little bit deeper. Okay. We all know that this is a pine tree. And you know pine trees have pine cones and pine straw. It's in the pine family. If you're unfamiliar with pine straw is, this is what pine straw look like. Usually they got it around stuff they be trying to protect. You know, they be putting it over dirt and all, it look crazy. It hurts. It's just a lot. And as you can see right here, this popular, sustainable, eco-friendly organic mulch from fallen pine needles primarily is used in landscaping to suppress weeds, retain soil moisture, and control erosion. After having the conversation I had with God about the dandelions, I'm like, "God, why are you bringing this pine straw up?" And it made me think. Pine straw is used in other places other than where it originated from. Pine straw falls from the pine tree, and which then surrounds the pine tree's roots, its stump, its area around its main source, right? To protect it and to keep it moisturized and enriched in the soil that's underneath it, so that way it can continue to thrive. Correct? Someone found a way to take pine straw and to apply it to other areas because they found out that pine straw doesn't only have to only do that to the pine tree. It could also do it to other soil areas too without it being connected to the pine tree. So when they decide to move the pine straw and collect it, because a pine tree creates a whole bunch of pine straw, we know. They moved it from the original source and placed it in different areas all over the place. But one thing about the pine straw that most people don't think about, it's still doing the thing that it was originally created to do. No matter the influence of the area, no matter the influence of the location, it is still doing what it was created to do. Protect the soil, protect from erosion, and add nutrients and moisture to the soil. And keep things that are not supposed to be there from growing there. Then I thought about how the fact that it don't never change color for real. Then I looked it up. They said it normally starts to fade around 6 to 12 months. No, I think it's 6 to 9 months. And then the one that's underneath, because it never really decays. Have you not noticed that stuff be there no matter how much they put on top of it? It's not going nowhere. It never really decays. And the parts that do start to decay are closer to the soil, and they start adding nutrients into the soil to maintain the ground that's beneath it. It's still doing the same thing it did when it was around its original source. So I'm like, God, what are you saying? What are you saying? That's when God spoke to me. The moment that you know where you came from and you know who created you, for instance, the pine straw, the pine tree, the pine cones, all come from the pine tree. No matter where you're at, no matter your environment, you will still be able to do the thing that you were created for. But you have to know where you came from to know the job in which you are supposed to do. That way, nowhere you go, no matter where you go, you will be influenced into changing who you are because you know what you were created to do. And this is when I realized God is so strategic that He's teaching us through nature. God wants you to know You are the pine straw. They have uprooted you from your source and placed you all over. But no matter what, you have a purpose in which you were created for. So when you are in an environment or an area in which you feel like things are nice when you first get there, but then they start to change up a little bit, that's only because the original layer closest to the soil is starting to decay. So you are shedding the old version of you. This is during the times when things become a little bit uncomfortable, but that's okay. Because that piece of shedding that you're losing is actually feeding the soil within you to produce something that's rich and moist and well needed. No matter what you go through from the outside, people can't tell that you're going through it, just like the pine straw. And just because people can't tell that I'm making no changes on the outside of you doesn't mean they can't feel the change that I'm making on the inside of you. And as long as you remember where your source is from, you will always have an endless supply of pine straw. God, I love you. We will always have an endless supply of faith, purpose, and meaning. Dang, God's an engineer.